Hey y'all, it's Caitlin from She's Taylor blog, and today I'm going to share with you how I curl my hair with a flat iron. This has been my go-to since high school. I think I did it so much and it became so much easier that I just started doing it. It takes me less than 20 minutes. When I use a curling iron, I typically like the results a little bit more. They look just a little bit cleaner, but when I've got like 15 minutes to curl my hair, I grab the flat iron. And so I've gotten a few questions over the years how I do that without, clamping my hair and denting my hair. And so I'm gonna share that today. So let's get going. One little thing before we get started, I will say if you use a flat iron for your hair and it's really long, it's going to be more difficult for you to use the flat iron because it's hard to clamp your hair down and twist the way you need to twist your wrist all the way down for really long hair. When I had really long hair, I would attempt to do it with a flat iron, but it didn't look like it did with this. Like if you curl your hair with flat iron with really long hair, it's not going to look like this all the way down. So I will say that this is a really great technique for medium hair, maybe a little bit longer, and short hair it's great. So the shorter your hair the better, but you can get away with a few inches longer than mine and it'll work great. But if you have really long hair like mermaid hair, it's probably not gonna work. So I don't wanna waste your time with this entire video. But I feel like a lot of people have hair that works with the flat iron, so this is a great technique for you, but I just felt like I had to say that. Okay, so I am just using like the standard 1-inch chi. I've been using chi for years, I think since high school, and so I think it's a great product. If you have other ones, I would love to know because I'm willing to move on. But this is the Chi Air, it's a 1-inch, and this is what I'm gonna use. So I start with splitting my hair in half, and then just to start, I'll split my hair in half again. And I curl from the back to the front, and obviously bottom to top. And so I'm just gonna start in the back. And each piece that I grab is like 1 inch. You don't want to do a lot thicker because it's not going to curl, and you don't want to do a piece that's like very far from the top to the bottom. If it's really thick this way, it's not going to curl at all. So it's just like one fluid motion. You don't hold the heat on it for too long. It's supposed to look something like this. It's gonna look really curled, but at the end we're gonna run our hands through everything and then it'll be good. It won't be as tight. So I'm just gonna keep doing that all over. If you want more textured curls, then you can alternate between curling your hair backwards and curling forwards. And so when you do that, the hair gets more textured, but if you, for every day, I like to do just like one direction, curling backwards. I think it just looks a little bit cleaner. And I can control it more. Sometimes my hair doesn't like to listen to me at all. For the hairs on the bottom, I care a lot less about these hairs than I do the hairs on top, and so if they don't look as curled or as tight, then it's fine, just ignore it. As long as you get kind of like this part of your hair curled, that's what matters. And so what you want to do is, after you do an entire layer like this, you want to spritz a little bit with hairspray and then not run your hands through it. I know it's tempting to like get them less tight, but you don't want to run your hands through it. So I'm just going to finish the rest of this piece and then we'll move on to another layer. Okay, so one thing I like to do is for this front piece that's right around your ear, I like to curl it forward just to create a little bit more texture, like this piece right here. It just kind of creates more of a shape around your face. So curl all of your hair literally backwards except for these two front pieces, and it'll look just a little bit different and kind of fun. So it's the same concept. Every time I curl my hair, no matter if I'm using a curling iron or a straightener, I leave the ends because then it doesn't get wrapped around each other and they create ringlets, and I don't really like that look. But one thing that I need to mention is when you're using the straightener, I feel like the straightener just gets a lot hotter than the curling iron when you're holding down on it so hard, and it can create dents in your hair. And so when you're actually curling your hair, you're kind of just gliding it over the hair. You're not clamping down and then like running it through it really hard. You're just lightly going over it. Okay, and so after I finish every layer, I just kind of spritz it a little bit with hairspray. I'm using Tresemme. I literally just get any kind of hairspray that I find in the store, maybe probably just if I like the bottle. So I'm not like married to a specific type of hairspray. So I just kind of go like that. I don't run my hands through it until the very end. So then you're just gonna work your way through layer by layer until you get to the very top. So I'm gonna do that, and then when we get to the top, I'll stop again. Okay, so then you're left with your top layer. And with the top layer, you need to make sure that you clamp down with the straightener or the flat iron even lighter, because on the top, you can really see dents. Like you can see like a few dents like right there that I did on that side. But with all of these hairs, I curl all of these backwards and I clamp down really, really lightly. And on the top, I'll typically do thinner layers or thinner pieces just to create a more tight curl, because these are the curls you want to last the longest. Okay, so once you're left with all of your hair curled, then that's when you want to kind of give one more little spray, really light. And when you're using your hairspray, this is an obvious one, but just to mention it, don't put hairspray pretty much on this part of your hair. You don't want your roots and a little bit lower to have too much hairspray on it, or you're not gonna be able to curl your hair again, but it's gonna look and kind of feel gross. And so just like lightly spray all over the ends. So at the end, like I said, you're gonna run your hands through it just really gently, just to kind of get rid of the really tight curls that you've created. I kind of just like shake it out, give it a little bit more volume. And then obviously, I'm not gonna do it now, but like get up, check the back, make sure it's okay. Today I'm just risking it because whatever. And so you're gonna end up looking with something like this. I don't tease my hair except for maybe for like a wedding or something, but today I'm not going to. But I do use Not Your Mother's dry shampoo. This is my favorite dry shampoo because it's really light, it smells good, and it doesn't make your hair look like an old lady, like very gray, just on all the spots you use it. And so this is my favorite. This is a texturing dry shampoo. I don't know if I can tell a difference between regular shampoo, dry shampoo, and texturing dry shampoo, but I'm gonna pretend that I do because I really like this stuff. And so I'm just gonna kind of lightly add it to my roots. If you're not caught on to the dry shampoo phase, then you really need to jump on board, because this will make your hair last literally like 2 days longer than it normally would. So kind of just do something like that. I already did this side, but why not? Okay, so this is kind of the finished product, kind of messy and wild. These curls I've noticed will last a lot longer than when I use a curling iron, and I don't know if it's just because you have so much direct contact with every single hair since you literally run it over the whole thing. I don't know, maybe I just haven't used good curling irons in the past, but I like the results of a flat iron for longevity. But I typically like the way like barrel curls look with a curling iron more. So if I have like a wedding or an event of some kind, I'll probably use my curling iron to get some kind of the similar effect. But this whole thing to do my whole head takes like less than 20 minutes. So that's what I go to when I need to curl it for work or just something really quick. So this is the final product. Hopefully that was helpful. I don't think I explained it very well, but you can just kind of watch the rest of the video to see if it's helpful or not. But yeah, this is kind of my textured curl everyday look. I don't wash my hair except for like maybe twice a week. And before you judge me, do your research and you'll see that it's actually okay for your hair to not wash it too much. But yeah, so this is the final look. I've said that so many times, so I'm just gonna stop now. If you have more questions, just let me know. I've gotten a few questions just over the years how I curl my hair like this, and so I finally decided to share it. But this is it. If you have any more ideas, let me know. We've created a few other fun videos. I created one the other day, a few weeks ago with Ryan, and so that's a really good one. So just kind of scroll through my channel and you'll see. But this is my everyday curl look. So that's it. Have a great Friday. I can't believe it's Friday already. It's been the longest week ever. Next week we'll have another video, and until then, have a great weekend. Alright, here's my vow to you YouTubers. I say so much in these videos. I repeat myself so much in these videos. So my vow to you is that next Friday, when you come back for another video, if you do, I will work on that. I promise. Wow, there's nothing more painful than watching yourself on video. So I'm gonna make it a little bit easier for you next time. I will work on that. That's all I'm gonna say.